Welcome to the modules for instructional strategies, brought to you by the Georgia Department of Education. In this module, we will look at how students can demonstrate mastery of the Georgia Standards of Excellence Standard Social Studies World Geography 2, Element A, through the use of sample lesson ideas with resources. Social Studies World Geography Standard 2 reads, evaluate how the physical and human characteristic of place and region are connected to human identities and culture. Element A reads, examine how ethnic composition of various groups has led to diversified cultural landscapes, including but not limited to architecture, traditions, food, art, and music. The sample activity demonstrated will not only satisfy the standard to be covered, but also allow students to demonstrate understanding of connecting themes and enduring understanding that cross multiple units throughout all social study courses. The enduring understanding this module covers include beliefs and ideals. The student will understand that the beliefs and ideals of a society influence the social, political, and economic decisions of that society. Culture. The student will understand that the culture of a society is the product of religion, beliefs, customs, traditions, and government of that society. Human-environment interaction. The student will understand that humans, their society, and the environment affect each other. And location. The student will understand that location affects a society's economy, culture, and development. For this module, we will be creating an educational virtual museum or museum walk activity using Microsoft PowerPoint. The main focus of the activity is to get students to understand that the ethnic composition that make up the world's population has had a direct impact on the landscapes, architecture, traditions, food, art, and music as stated in Element A of the State Standard Social Studies World Geography 2. The first task for the teacher is to create a template that students will use to organize and present their educational virtual museum or museum walk activity. There are several templates made available online. However, I will show you how to create a simple template as well as what an elaborate template looks like. Once the templates are complete, make them available for your students to use. I will typically place the template on my teacher webpage, and the students can download and use when they are ready to begin. I will now show you the basic functions on how to create your own museum walk. You can make these templates as basic or elaborate as you want, based on your desire or level of confidence with the PowerPoint software. Once you open up PowerPoint, add a few slides by clicking on New Slide or holding the Control key and clicking the letter M. I would suggest creating about 5 slides to get started. You can click any type of slide you wish, as you can modify them later. Next, click on the Insert tab and select the shape to use as a door to the different rooms where the exhibits will be located. Once you have created the doors, it is time to link them to the appropriate slide in the PowerPoint. For this purpose, I will select the basic rectangle, click and drag to draw it out. Now to create the link, you do so by right-clicking on the object, in this case the blue box, and select the word hyperlink. Then look at the left column and select a place in this document, and choose the slide you wish to link your object to. For this purpose, I will select slide number 2. You would then, of course, repeat this process for the other 2 boxes that you would create respectively. So for box number 2, click hyperlink. I will select slide 3. In box number 3, I will select slide 4. Once completed, I would click on presentation mode, and you should be able to click. As you can see, when my mouse button hovers over the box, it turns into a little hand for me to click, and if I click on this one, it will take me to exhibit 1, this one to exhibit 2, this one to exhibit 3. And as you can see on the main template, you have the main box with the different doorways in exhibit 1, 2, and 3. Now I will show you how to be able to link back to the home page. To do so, you once again click Insert, select any shape. For this one I will select a triangle. Right click on it, click Hyperlink, and I will click on the slide 1 tab, which is this. I can decide to copy this button and paste it on every other slide. Now to show you how this works, once I click on presentation mode, click on exhibit 1. If I click on the triangle, it will take me back to the main screen. If I click on exhibit 2, click on the triangle, it will take me back to the same home screen. This is the basic idea of a museum template using PowerPoint. Now I will show you what an advanced template looks like. As you can see on this template, the creator has elaborately made different shapes, as this almost triangle up here and the arrow button here, but the concept is exactly the same. Of course, this template looks a little more fancy. And you can see the same thing has been done for the different artifacts that the student would put on there, with a return to the home screen button, all of which follow the exact same principles I have already explained. The second step for this activity is to place the students in groups. The size should range between 2 to 4 students. Differentiate between the group members based on the students' similarities, or assign the groups based on classroom needs. For each group, assign them or have them select a country that they wish to create a museum walk on. Next, have the students research the ethnic composition of that country by logging onto the web and going to the CIA World Factbook. Instruct the students that they should only focus on the ethnic groups making up greater amount of the total population. To properly navigate to the correct website, have students log on to www.cia.gov. Once there, find the Library tab, select it, then select the World Factbook. Here they may choose the country by clicking on any one of these regions on this map on the right. Let's say they wish to research Australia. Select Australia from the group. Notice that each country becomes highlighted on the map. And once the country has been selected, have them scroll down. They will see a section entitled People and Society. There should be a plus arrow or a plus sign to expand, and you will see a section entitled Ethnic Groups. This activity in its entirety will take students through the first 3 levels of Webb's depth of knowledge. In order for this activity to reach a level 2, the students will have to create a classification chart to organize their research. An example of this would be for them to list the ethnic groups found in each country on the leftmost column and architecture, traditions, food, art, music on the top row. Once students have identified their culture groups, they can gather more information from sites such as countrystudies.us. Students are also encouraged to find other sources of information which will add to the depth of their understanding. Here is an example of a chart in which I have listed 3 different ethnicities on the left side, and the architecture, food, music, art, traditions, and other characteristics at the top. This would allow the students to gather their information correctly. Step 3. The students are to arrange their information in the PowerPoint template you have either created or downloaded from the web. The students should organize the information in a meaningful way so that it not only makes sense to them, but also can be easily navigated by other students in the class. Each group should also create a list of questions or a survey that visitors to their museum walk will have to answer. Questions can range from asking the students to draw connections between one ethnic group's traits or influences on another, or asking to compare and contrast different traits between the different ethnic groups. These type of questions require students to draw conclusions, cite evidence, analyze similarities and differences, all of which are level 3 and above according to Webb's depth of knowledge. In step 4, the teacher may choose to have the students present the museum walk or have students navigate each other's museum walk answering the students' created questions. This will expose the students to the other group's research, thus furthering their knowledge and understanding of the Georgia Standard of Excellence, which is required in this activity. This activity, in its entirety, should take roughly 3 days to execute, given the traditional 50-60 minute class period. This concludes Module 3.